What is going on, guys? Today we are in the Porsche Cup at Laguna. We're going to do something a little different, and we are going to do a full voiceover. We got a heck of a start here. Let's see how things go coming in turn corner. Hopefully we can all survive through this. As we come up to the corner here, we're going to be slowing down pretty early to allow space on through corner one. I don't want to be wrecking directly into corner one on race one. So we have Christian on our inside here. So we didn't get on the gas soon enough, allowing him to get around us. We're just going to kind of settle behind him. I wasn't going to try and pull a move here. There's no sense on lap one to try to pull a move. So we're just going to kind of settle in behind Christian here and hope to God that he can continue to keep this straight, because as it looks like in front of us, we are having a little battle. Now we're going to attempt to go 3 wide here into corner 3, and it is a terrible corner to attempt to cut somebody on the inside. Andrew is on our outside here. I decide it's not worth it to go into the fast left-hander here at double wide in turn 1, or in lap 1, excuse me. So we're going to send it to his outside. Once again, we're going to go and let off a little bit, hoping that he does cut to the inside. And as he does, we are going to spin around. And as you see, there's a massive wreck through the corkscrew. Luckily, we managed to make it through there, and we are going to be going almost 3 wide through this fast left-hander, getting ready to cut back to the right once again on the inside of Oliver. It looks like we're going to go 2 wide into the final corner, and it's going to be pretty slow seeing as we are 2 wide, and we are bunched up. As we continue to push here through the start-finish line, we are right on the tail of Oliver here. Starting lap number 2, we're going to go ahead and take the outside. Unfortunately, I wanted to be on the inside, so I think here we're going to try and do a little cutback. Maybe not. Nope, we're just going to fuck up the corner and push it fully wide, allowing Maddie to come on the inside, overtaking Oliver and I, picking up P9, and we are pushed back another position. Coming up on this fast left-hander here, we're just going to try and settle in behind Oliver here and get a nice run so we can pick up some speed. As you can see, a car went off, so we're going to swing wide. Thank God that he decided that he was going to drive off the track. As Oliver gets a little squirrely up against Maddie here, they're going 2 wide into the corkscrew here, and Maddie sends it off the track, so we got to try and gain this position on the inside. For some reason, he doesn't seem to have a slowdown, so he's still kicking it down. We pushed out, might have pushed out a little too wide on him there. Nevertheless, we did make it past him to gain that position back up 2 positions into P9 as we're coming up to the final corner here. And as you'll see, we are very slow through this corner. I did manage in the next few races to figure out how to get through that corner a little faster here. So we are encroaching on lap number 3. We are currently P9, coming up into the first corner here, and as you'll see, Maddie gets a little squirrely with me. I get a little scared here. I push out once again, slide a little bit, and it opens the door again for him to come inside of me. That probably shouldn't have been said that way. We're just gonna pretend like that was never said, and we're just gonna go ahead and move on from that and delete it from the memory of everybody on YouTube here. And we are gonna continue to push terribly through that corner as we do this entire race, coming up on the mid, slow, fast. I don't even know. I don't know how to explain what I want to say about these corners. We're coming up on the fast left-hander. Can we make it through? Yeah, but we're gonna downshift into 3rd gear like an idiot and totally botch the corner. You'll see as we continue to go through these videos that I am very hard on myself, and the reason I am hard on myself is because I have a terrible thing where I get into these races and think I'm going to be fast, and I get into these races and these guys smoke me. This is the top split, by the way, so I'm competing against people that have like 8 or 9k iRating, I think, that are in P1, but at least here in the mid pack we're competing between 2.5k and 4k, but that's still besides the point. I am slow compared to these guys, so I'm busting my ass to try to keep up, and they are just running better lines than me. Here we are coming up on lap number 4. Nothing crazy is going to happen into this corner. Hopefully, I don't remember. We're looking back on it. Am I going to get through the corner? Fine. It looks like it. I keep it tight. Yep. Keep it tight. Push through. And we are going to be slow out of the corner once again. And we're going to come up on this corner again. And we're actually going to hit that corner pretty decent. Not get crazy loose. No, nothing crazy. We're going to come up on corner number 3 and actually make it good. Coming up on corner number 4, we are going to brake way too early. send it slow into the corner, allowing Rafael to gain a 10th on us. And we're going to come into the fast left-hander here in third gear once again, allowing him to gain another 10th on us. And as we come up into the corkscrew, we are going to allow Rafael to go from a half-second distance all the way to a 2/10 of a second difference, because we are incredibly slow through the corkscrew for some odd reason in this race, but that's a common occurrence with me. We are super slow. We're working on being a little faster, but he managed to get within 2/10 of a second of us here. So I'm more worried about him cutting on the inside of us coming into the last corner, but he chose not to send it. Skipping ahead here to lap number 6. Corner 2, we get quite a run on Rafael here. And coming into corner 3, we full send it and we gain 4/10. I don't even know how to do math anymore. 4 or 5/10 on Rafael here in the back. So he's going to be battling with Noel behind him for that position here. As we come up on this fast left-hander, we did gain or save a little bit of time here on Rafael. Looks like we're gaining a little bit, a couple tenths here or there. We hit our braking line perfect, gained 3 more tenths, and then absolutely destroy it by allowing Rafael to come up and gain, what's it look like, 5/10 on us coming through the corkscrew. It's just not a good corner for me. Then we hit the inside bumper there, and he solidifies his half second behind us. We really do get a pretty decent run coming out of the last corner here, coming across the line. And we keep our half second on Noel coming in behind us there. So I'm pretty confident that I don't have to worry about a send here. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of coast through this corner here and hope for the best and try to keep this lead on Noel, containing my P10 position. And honestly, I'm just hoping for the best at this point. I'm up in I rating, and I should be doing all right in safety rating, seeing as I only have a 5X. And yes, that is from driving off the track. I know. Noel does get a good rip out of that corner there. He gets side by side with us as we come into this left-hander. I push out a little wide, missed my line a little bit and my braking point. And it looks like me slowing him down here kind of jumbled him up because he was going to send it to the inside here. I believe he got a little bit loose behind me here, and then the Rafael decided to full send it into him, which is a little unfortunate for Noel, but that's part of racing, I guess. You got to be careful on what you're doing. We about full shifted over that corkscrew there, but we solidified our position at P10. We're going to go ahead and just kind of drive like a normal human being here and not try to kill ourselves, because Rafael is a second behind us, 1.3 seconds, and I feel confident that I can keep up the pace at this point. We are skipping ahead to the end of lap number 8 here, and we are about to have quite the little battle here. Looks like they might have been fighting Oliver and Andrew coming through the last corner, so we went ahead and shipped it on the outside of Oliver here. I definitely gave him way too much space coming into corner 1. I'm going to call this corner 1 and corner 1 that we come out of. I left him way too much space on the inside. I should have crunched him a little bit more to get a better run coming out of corner 1, but he sends it on the inside of Andrew here, and that allows us to also get a spot on the inside of Andrew. We turn into turn 3 and we get a better run because we're on the inside, and I figured I had enough room, so I went ahead and cut all of Andrew off here. Didn't really mean to, but we definitely did go ahead and miss our braking line coming into corner number, we'll call it corner number 4. And even though we got a shitty corner, we managed to continue to hold this 3/10 lead on Rafael here coming up into the corkscrew. And we are going to go ahead and hit our brakes super early, allowing him to get within another 10th of us. And as we come down the corkscrew, we are going to mess it up once again, and he's going to maintain his 2/10 to 1/10 behind us coming up into the fast right-hander into the last corner. Skipping ahead here just a few corners, it seems like there's a common occurrence here. We're very slow into some of these corners, and it's giving people crazy runs on us. As you can see, Rafael closed the gap quite a bit. He's going to go ahead and send it to the inside coming into this fast sweeping left hand. He's going to pull a very clean move, hit his braking mark, stay on the inside, push out, and he gets the move done, clean, smooth. And once again, we are back down into P10, tucking in behind Raphael, coming through the left-hander up into the corkscrew with a roughly 1 second lead on Dayton behind us here. Jumping up to lap number 12, we still got Dayton right behind us here within a half second. But as you see coming into turn 3, Oliver's going to make a very crucial error. He thought you could take a right on the track instead of taking a left, but unfortunately the shortcut is to the left and not to the right. So we went ahead and picked up that freebie, ka-ching, and we are sitting in P number 9, coming up into the corkscrew that we are most likely going to miss our braking line on and allow Dayton to get close enough to us to make us a little nervous. But we actually ran through that pretty decent and maintained our 0.3 to a 0.5 second difference between Dayton and I coming up into the final right-hander before we are going to go ahead and crumb across the line to the start-finish line to begin lap number 13. And as you can see, Dayton is closing the gap to us incredibly close. I start to get a little nervous. And as we come up to the line here, he's going to be within 0.3 of us. I don't know where we managed to get that gap, but we are going to be free to kind of take whatever line we want to into turn 1 and 2, as long as he does not completely wreck the back end of us here. He manages to keep it pretty clean coming out of that corner, but we are going to get a horrendous run coming into this right-hander. We're going to get a little bit of a slide. You might not be able to see behind, but he slides out a little bit, but he gets a crazy run on the inside, and I kind of have to give it up. I'm hit my brakes a little bit to make sure that he was okay to make that move, and he was. We're going to ship it to his inside here. Hopefully we can try to get the move done, and he closes the door and does not allow us to get around him. So that kind of screws us for any chance that we have to get around him, because we're not going to be able to send it through this left-hander. I'm not confident enough in my driving to go too wide through that, because most of the people in this iRating cannot hold a line. So we are going to go ahead and attempt to send it on him in the corkscrew here, and that didn't work either because we shifted down into first gear and didn't get on the gas, so he just had a better run out of the corner. He took it a little shorter than I did. So we're just going to go ahead and settle in behind Dayton here. He was quick. We were not fast enough to maintain the position, which is okay. We're not supposed to be here. We are car number 20 anyways. So we are going to go ahead and come across the start-finish line here. Currently lap number 18 in P number 10, which I am 100% comfortable with. Jumping ahead to lap 14 because we have to jump ahead whenever we, just have really bad portions of the race. So Noel is running a better line through the corkscrew. He closes the gap to 1/10 of a second. So it kind of comes to the point where, do you want to wreck out this close to the end of the race, or are you going to give up the position? And I folded at the knees like a little bitch and let him pass on the inside rather than defending. So we are pushed back again, back to P11. And I really don't know what to say besides, I guess I was slow. And because we were so slow, we spent the next 3 laps with the gap between me and Michael about 1 second, and just kind of probably running about mid 125s, because at this point we were mentally cooked. So as we round out the last corner of this race, we are going to be crossing the start finish line in P11. I understand that the race labs thing is going to be wrong, but we did finish in P11, and we will go ahead and look at the race results. The race results are nothing too crazy. We gained 0 safety rating with our 5X. We did gain a 36 iRating change. We did finish P11, and we were 45 seconds behind the leader. So our average lap was terrible at a 126.7, and we only ran a 125. So not the best race, but we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one and see what we can do there. You remember that time when I said our starts have been really good lately? Yeah, well, joke's on me. As we start race number 2, we get a horrendous start. I accidentally dropped the clutch and just let it slow idle up to what we would call race pace here coming into turn 1 and the second turn 1, because I'm not calling it T2 because it was not T2. But as we get through this corner, as you'll see here, there's quite a wreck behind. So we're going to jump on camera with David so you can see exactly what happened behind. It looks like what happened was David sent it a little bit too deep into this corner here and pushed out a little wide, trying to take it 3 wide, took out the green, and the tie-dye car and sent somebody off on the track as well. So that's unfortunate for everybody that was involved for that. But we're going ahead and jumping into this fast left-hander. And as I come through this fast left-hander, I realized through some practicing that fourth gear was going to be the better gear to take this left-hander in, coming up and gaining speed and allowing us to brake a little closer to this corkscrew. And as we did get through the corkscrew, we did get through it pretty decent. So we do have a little bit of a run on Kyle here. Unfortunately, we don't full send it. We just kind of tucked in behind him. That's going to be kind of an occurrence in this race. There's not a whole lot you can do when you're racing against way faster people. So we're just going to kind of sit behind him here, coming through the last corner of lap 1. And as things continue here, it's going to be a very clean race. There's nothing really that's going to go on until we start getting a few laps in. So we're going to be running a low 125, mid 124, somewhere's between that. I want to say that I was running like a 124.8 during this race, which is nothing crazy, but it is better than the 126s that we were running the race before. So we're just going to kind of tuck in behind him here, and that's pretty much what's going to happen for the next 8 or so laps. Skipping ahead to lap number 6 here, coming through the second turn in turn 1. We noticed that Patrice and Tyson are going to be going on a little battle here, so we're going to switch back and see exactly what's going on behind us. As we pop back here with Tyson's camera here, we notice he's trying to get around Patrice pretty hard here. He's sending it on the inside. He swings out onto the left side, pulling a outside pass on Patrice here, and switching back to the third person view, you can see he got that move done. So seeing that in my relative, I am going to come out of this left-hander and just keep my nose planted and continue doing what I'm doing to try to keep my pace up to stay away from Tyson, because Tyson is fast as fuck, boy. I held Tyson off for a couple laps here, but coming into lap number 8, he ships it onto our inside here, coming into corner 1, and he does the move and very clean. It's always fun when somebody's clean with you, so it wasn't necessarily really a battle because Tyson is a heck of a lot faster than we are, so we kind of sort of let him go by us. We didn't defend the position at all, which I probably should have. I need to get better at doing that. Even though Tyson got past us here, we are still battling Patrice. Patrice has been behind us this entire race. He's raced us clean. There's been a couple times where I get a little iffy as to what he was doing, so I did back off a little bit coming into corners, but he also backed off to make sure we both got through corners safe. So we're just going to go ahead for a little while here and stay in front of Patrice, soaking up every bit of that Tyson slipstream that we can to try to stay in front of Patrice, because Patrice is running some more accurate laps than what we are. So coming into this corkscrew here, like always, we lose a little bit of time. But as we come out of the corkscrew, we always gain a little time for some reason. So I must be hitting my braking point wrong. But it is what it is. And we make it clean around the left-hander, and we come into the right-hander, and we make it not so clean, and we smash that red bumper on the inside, and it slows you down a heck of a lot, and it can throw you off the track if you're not careful. Coming across the start of lap number 10, Patrice was hot on my tail. I wasn't quite sure what he was going to do. I kind of blocked the inside line here, swung back out to the outside, and you'll see it looked like he was going to try and send it on my inside, so I kind of gave him a line to do so, but then closed it off. So it was kind of like a mental miscommunication between each other as to exactly what was going on. We did apologize to each other. Neither of us really had a clue as to what we were doing into that corner, so in the voice chat, we did apologize. I said I didn't know what he was doing. He said he wasn't 100% sure either. So it is part of racing, and that is the joy of it. Jumping ahead to lap number 14 here, coming into what I'm going to call corner 4. We are maintaining a decent pace in front of Patrice here. We go ahead and we send it into the fast left-hander, and we do something that we've been fearing the entire time. Patrice did a good job here. We're going to take a look from his car here as to avoiding what could have been straight carnage if he had cut that inside. He did an incredible job avoiding that and allowing me space to commit my complete and utter fuck up. So coming into the next lap, coming out of corner 3, I went ahead and did jump into the helicopter and let my AI driver drive the car here to make sure we could get through this corner. So you're going to see a helicopter view quick. The only reason why I jumped into the helicopter is because I shit my pants going around the corner last time. So I wanted to make sure AI got around the corner this time, and he boofed it. Why would he do that? I can't believe that he would do that the lap after I just did it. That is insane. I made the helicopter land after he came out of that corner so I could jump back into the car so we could get through the corkscrew 100% clean because I did not want to have to deal with him wrecking it around the corkscrew. We get around turn number 4 coming into lap 17 here, and we make 150% sure that we are going to make it around that corner. That way we do not have any issues with losing any places or anything like that coming into the final lap. So we're going to get through this corkscrew here without any X's. Just in Ryan's view here behind us, he does pick up that spot easily from us. He did a good job to stay to the inside. He saw me spinning as I was coming down the corkscrew. I ended up getting my back tire into that sand on the inside of the corkscrew, spinning me around and leaving me in P8. Coming down the corkscrew for the final time for this week, we did end up making it through. Race Labs is a little off on our telemetry, whatever you want to call it. I don't know English, even though I'm from the United States. And I did end up finishing P8. As we come around corner 1, you may ask, how did you make such a mess of that good start of the race? My answer to you is, you just got to be me, man. Looking at the race results here, we did somehow pull a .44 out of our ass in safety rating and gain 52 I rating, even though we buffed or duffed or scuffed or just fucked up 3 of the last 4 laps, I want to say, is what we had a little issue with. So we did end up finishing P8, and we had 5 incident points. But at the end of the day, we did gain safety rating and I rating, so it is what it is. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Look at the videos at the top of video at the top of the screen here, because it might be something you want to watch. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.